Hi homeschoolers, it's me Jazz again from Hidden Library Homeschool, and I'm back with another curriculum video. In this video I'm actually going to show you some of the curriculum that I am getting rid of. I've been on kind of a purge within my house trying to get rid of things that we are either not using, have no use for, and are never going to get back to. So that has extended into my homeschool room. And since I have all of my curriculum for next year, I'm trying to find shelf space to put the stuff on. And I don't want things that we're never going to be using to take up space on things that we're actually going to be using for next year. So some of these things are pretty old from my oldest son, for about 5 years old or so. I bought them when he was probably 3 years old in preschool. And they've just been sitting on my shelf ever since. So it's, high time to get rid of some of these things. And I'm not saying that any of this curriculum here or any of these books are bad. It's just that we didn't have a use for them. And I'll tell you why I'm getting rid of each of the things that I am getting rid of. So the first thing that I have is Math Play. And this one I bought when my oldest, who is now 8, was 3 years old for preschool. And we just didn't use this one. It has lots of activities in here, things that you can make. Lots of great ideas in here. But I found that I'm lazy. A lot of these things, I don't really like to make activities from scratch. A lot of times, I'm just the type of person that I want a kit and directions and kind of have things a little bit more pre-cut or for me, or, halfway done, and then we just, finish it up. I just don't like making a lot of this stuff from scratch. But more than anything, the reason that we didn't do this book is because we were doing Right Start Math, and it already has lots of games in it and manipulatives and things like that in it that we were using. So there just wasn't another need for a need for something else that had to do with Math Play, since there was so much play within our regular math curriculum. And this book is in really good condition for being 5 years old. I've gotten a little bit of heat from some other homeschoolers about my first instinct is to just kind of buy things new and just find the cheapest price. But at the same time, when I give away curriculum or if I sell my curriculum, I still feel, responsible for the materials that I'm getting rid of in whatever way. And I do want it to be something that is still in good condition and the person that is receiving it is getting a good find. So I feel like this is something that I feel okay getting rid of. I don't feel like, oh, I'm getting rid of, something in tatters. And hopefully someone can just tape it together. So this is in really good condition still. The next one I have is Science Play. It has a little bit of shelf wear on it. We did flip through this book a little bit. It has lots of great ideas. But this was another one that when my son started Nancy Larson at 4 years old, the kindergarten version, it had so many activities and things for him to do. We just didn't need an extra, science book. So hopefully someone else can find lots of great ideas from this one and it'll be useful to them. The next one I have is something that I bought this year, and this is Vocabulary Building Card Games. And then I'm not sure if this was used or what when I got it, but I think it was only like $1 or $2. But it just didn't seem like something that my son would be interested in once I got it on hand. So we're going to be putting this in the get rid of pile. The next one that I have is First Start Reading, Phonics, Reading, and Printing. And this one we did use a little bit. It has a little bit more wear on it, but it's still in pretty good condition. This one I got, again, for my oldest. Probably most of the stuff I got for my oldest. It has the student pages on here, so you could teach from this book if you wanted to. I'm not even sure if they have this, if they sell this version still from, it's from Memorial Press. But it has books A, B, and C in here. But we were already using All About Reading, so we just didn't need an extra reading, curriculum or book or anything like that. So this is another one going to that pile. Again, for reading, I have Flipping for Phonics. And this seemed like such a good idea when I got this. And it is a good idea. It's just like the other one, we already had All About Reading. So there really wasn't a need for another reading type of thing. So you just flip these and you make, I'm getting all consonants, but you can make words once you get vowels in there. But you flip those and then you can make words within here. But we already have All About Reading. And it has the tiles that you move around on your, magnetic whiteboard. So we just didn't need something else. Again, for my oldest, I bought grade K, and this is Spectrum Language Arts. This is obviously the older edition of this. I think they've come out with something newer since then. But this is a workbook, but there is absolutely no writing in here. We just didn't end up using it. So it has just been sitting on my shelf. He's going into 3rd grade, so obviously he's beyond this. And I don't plan on using it with my other kids because I found workbooks that I like just a little bit better. But I do think that someone else might be able to find good use for this, especially since there's absolutely no writing in this whatsoever. Here's another workbook that I have, and this is 1st grade. This is math skills. And we ended up finding something else that we like just a little bit better for geography. We did the DK books then, and then we moved on to daily geography. So we just didn't have any room for another workbook. But this, you know, no writing. Someone could use this from cover to cover, and, you know, it's in great condition. This is one that I bought this year, Writing Poetry with Children. This might have been used when I got it, but I ordered this, and they, it was a different cover, and I think it was the updated version that I was ordering, but they sent me this, and I just didn't have a use for it since it wasn't what I thought I was getting, and the insides just, you know, won't really go with what we were trying to do. So hopefully someone else can find a use for that. Next, I have Fun with My 5 Senses, and this one is another one of those a Williamson Little Hands book. Lots of different ideas, and just like the other ones, I kind of want my my activities to be pre-planned, kind of a little bit cut out for me, or half done, and I just have to finish putting it together. I don't know, I'm lazy like that. But more than anything, this book, and then also this book right here, the Weekly Curriculum 52 Complete Preschool Themes. A lot of the ideas in here, they're great ideas. But my kids have always gone to, when they're little, play groups, and the library, they also have lots of themes going on there. So they'll go there and they do the songs, and they read a book, and then they do a little activity. So I just didn't feel the need to do that again at home, when a lot of times I'll have, you know, oh, I'm going to do this, and then we never actually get to the activity because then I have to spend time cutting it out and everything. But when we go to the library, they have, you know, little stations with everything already cut out. So this goes over different themes throughout the year, you know, camping, pandas, Friendship Day, Dr. Seuss Day, all that type of stuff in there. And when you go to, you know, playgroups and stuff, they already have things picked out and cut out and done for you. So this book was actually $30, and I have probably cracked this spine 5 times in the 5 years that I've had it. So obviously this thick book is just taking up space on my shelf. And I think that someone else who is a lot more creative and a lot more patient with preparing activities is going to get a lot more use out of it than I ever have. So hopefully someone else will find this book. The next one that I have is Making Music, and this is a 1st grade book. We never used this book because I couldn't find the CD that goes along with it. And it's kind of hard to do music without listening to it. So I'm not sure if someone else will find a use for this or not, but it is going into my giveaway pile. I have another music book, and this is for 2nd grade, and this is probably the 2nd or 3rd time I am cracking this spine. I found the CDs for it, but they were pretty expensive, and we're going to do something else for music, so maybe someone else can find a better use for this book. The last books that I have are science books. This is a 1st grade science book from Harcourt School Publishers, not publishing. This is actually a great book. It has, I think that someone could build their own curriculum and lesson plans from this book. It has really good pictures in it. We looked at some of the pictures, but in 1st grade we were using Galore Park Junior Science, and my son loved it. So we just didn't need another science book, and it was really just on my shelf to kind of look back and see what other 1st graders were using and learning. But I don't need it to take up space because this is pretty thick. And the last one I have is the 2nd grade science book also from Harcourt School Publishers. And we looked through this one a little bit because I, you know, love the photographs in here. But we are going back to Nancy Larson, so we're just not gonna need an extra science book. I think that, like the other one, someone could make some nice lesson plans from this book if they wanted to. I bought this book new. It's in really good condition, both of them. I was debating on selling these two books because they're in such good condition, but things have just been crazy around here. Some unpredictable, preventable craziness going on, and I'm just at the point where I just need something checked off of my list and things out of my house. So I think this week I'm going to find Goodwill. I've seen it around here somewhere, but I'm going to find the Goodwill around here and just donate all of these things, and hopefully they will all find a good, home, and someone can find a better use for them than just, sitting on their shelf like they've been doing in my house. So I'd like to see some of the things that you're purging, if you're purging any of the things in your homeschool room. It'd be nice to see, because I know that sometimes we may not find a use for what we have in our own home, but someone else may find a better use for it. And like some of the things in here that I showed, we just didn't need duplicates. So it wasn't that the book was useless, it was just that we didn't need duplicates. So thanks for checking this video out from Hidden Library Homeschool. Please like, comment, and subscribe below. Bye!